welcome back to my channel. My name is Lydia. I am a part-time reseller on apps like Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, and pretty much anywhere you can sell used clothing online. I am coming at you with my very first What Sold video today. This What Sold is going to be March 29th through April 4th. If you see me looking down, it's because I have my little notebook worth of notes with me. This week was an okay week for me. Probably about one of my average weeks. Usually I'm kind of averaging around the 500 to 600 a week range, which to some of you may be not very much at all. And then to some of you, you know, it may be astronomically higher than what your numbers are. I know last year my numbers were probably around like 150 a week. So we're definitely improving. And like I said, I do this a little bit more full-time now. But it was part-time for a very long time. So anyway, with all that being said, I'm going to scoot over so I can pop here the video footage kind of what the items look like as I talk about them. And if you are interested, go ahead and stay tuned and we'll get started. All right, so the first day that we're going to be talking about is March 29th. Like I said, I sell on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. So those three are going to be the platforms that I talk about. On March 29th on Poshmark, I had 3 sales. So this was a Monday. I had these original muck boot men's sandals. I had never heard of this brand before, but they kind of looked like Keens, which I have picked up before and sold. So I went ahead and took a chance on them. I believe I had them priced at, I think $35, and somebody either bought them outright or sent me an offer for $35. I'm not entirely positive, but either way they sold for $35 and I made $28 after fees. The next ones that sold are these Tory Burch slip-on flats. These actually sold within 24 hours of listing them. I found them, I think, at a Goodwill. And I think I had them priced at like 55 or 60 and somebody sent me an offer for 45, so I accepted and I made $36. The next thing is a Vera Bradley lunchbox. It's in the indigo pop print. I had never really sold Vera Bradley before, so this one was kind of me taking a chance. I don't know that I would pay up for it. This lunchbox sold for $20, I think, with an offer sent to me, and I made $16. So then on eBay, I had this ModCloth cropped peplum ruffle blazer. It's a black blazer. It sold for $20 plus $7.99 shipping. It actually cost $8 to ship, so 1 cent more. And then after $3.71 in fees, I made $16.28 off that. Not a great flip because I think I probably paid $5 or $6 for that blazer. So ModCloth is kind of hit or miss for me. Their dresses do fairly well. I had never sold one of their blazers before, so probably not something I would pick up at a regular Goodwill, maybe at the bins. So then that's all the sales that I made on Monday. So we're going to Tuesday, March 30th. On eBay, I sold this brand Carrots, which I had never heard before. I found them in Goodwill and looked them up just based anything I see that looks remotely interesting. Just anything that looks like it might be something cool. I look up, and so I looked these up. The comps look pretty good. They're actually like horse riding pants. So they are gray riding trouser. They sold on eBay for $30 plus $5.99 shipping. Shipping actually only cost $4.53, and then after $4.44 in fees, I made $27.02. Then also on eBay, I sold these Corkies, natural cork wedge sandal. I picked these up at like a Catholic Charities, which is like a thrift store. They sold for $30 plus $11.99 shipping. It cost $11.01 to ship out. They were kind of like a heavier sandal, which is why the shipping cost so much. and after $5.40 in fees, I made $25.58. The next day, which is Wednesday, I believe, on Mercari, we finally had a sale. Mercari is also kind of hit or miss for me. Poshmark and eBay are like my two main platforms that I sell on. Mercari is just kind of like an added platform. I would say I make maybe $50 to $100 a week on Mercari, and then the rest is on Poshmark and eBay. So on Wednesday, March 31st on Mercari, I sold this Athleta Gray Studio Wrap. I did find this at the bin, so it didn't cost very much. It was a little bit heavy, so it probably cost me about $2. So it sold for $29 plus $7.99 shipping. The buyer pays shipping. If you sell on Mercari, you know how that is. I don't know why I included shipping on that, but I made $24.96. Next is Poshmark. For that Wednesday, I sold these Cole Haan new with tags waterproof Nike Air boots. I have noticed with Cole Haan, if they have Nike Air technology in them, they tend to do a little bit better. Just recently, within the last couple months, I picked up my first pair of Cole Haan shoes. So I've kind of been experimenting with them, just kind of seeing what sells and what doesn't. And I do think that women's sells a little bit better than men's, just because I think the men's is a little more saturated. But these sold on Poshmark for $48 and I made $36.90. I think those I picked up at a regular Goodwill, so they probably cost me about $7. Next on Poshmark is this men's Oakley Pocket Polo Orange Tee. I have had this forever and would not recommend picking up. I'm sure I bought it at a regular Goodwill. It sold for $10 and I made $7.05, which after, if you calculate in cost of goods, I probably made $3 or $4. So would not recommend. It was just like a plain Oakley tee, so not a good sale. The next sale on that day was on eBay. It's this Ann Taylor Loft Yellow Pencil Skirt. This sold for $20 plus $6.99 shipping. I don't know why I had shipping so high on this. It only cost $4.53 to ship out, minus $3.62 in fees. I made $18.84. A lot of the times I always figure that my shipping kind of evens out, because on pieces like that skirt, you know, I'll have people that'll pay $1 or $2 more than they probably needed to, but then on other items, I'll have things that ship out that I have to pay $1, $2, $3 more because I just didn't anticipate it costing so much, whether it's because the item is heavier than I thought it was or the item's going to the opposite side of the country. So my shipping kind of evens itself out. So the next day is April 1st, which I believe is Thursday? Anyway, April 1st, Poshmark, I sold Airy Black Chill Play Move leggings. I did pick these up at a thrift store. They sold for $18 and I made $14.40. The Airy leggings tend to do pretty decent for me, especially if they're in great condition. They're kind of popular right now. The next thing on Poshmark was these Gap Perfect Khaki Pants. I have had these forever. I think I got them for free, either from my mom or from somebody that I know. They ended up selling for $20 and I made $16, but that was after probably having them for about 2 years. So would not recommend picking these up. Next is this Baltic Born Lydia maxi dress in yellow. Ironically, my name is also Lydia. This was a good sale. I would pick up Baltic Born. If you don't know what it is, it's more of a like bridesmaid dress company. They are only online, I believe. They may have like some pop-up stores or whatever, but mostly they're only online. And so this sold for $37 and I made $29.60, which was a good deal for this person, because on Baltic Born, I actually looked at them for my own personal bridesmaid dresses for my wedding. And they're under that 100 mark, but they're around like the 80 to 90. So resold for $37. The last thing on Posh this day was women's silver Suki flap capri light wash crop. I sold a ridiculous amount of silver jeans last year during the summer. I still have a couple left over and they haven't been doing as well. So I don't know if they're kind of falling off like what's popular or what's going on with that, but they sold for $20 and I made $13.54. Yeah, like I said, I sold a ton of these last year and I don't know if they're just popular in the summer. I'm not sure, but I still have like 3 or 4 pairs from last year that I can't seem to get rid of. And maybe it's just the style that they are. I don't know. All right, so that was it for April 1st. I just had sales on Poshmark. All right, so moving on to April 2nd, I did sell another thing on Mercari. I sold a JoyLab women's blue sports bra, which I picked up at the bins, so it weighed nearly nothing. It sold for $17 and I made $14.51. I do think that this is kind of a rare scenario. Normally Target sports bras I don't think will sell for $17. So maybe pick it up in the bins, but otherwise I'd say maybe leave it behind because I think that was kind of a fluke and not necessarily something that happens every time. So next was eBay. I sold this American Eagle amazingly soft sweatshirt. This had a ridiculous amount of interest. So this sold probably within 24 hours of me listing it. It sold full price for $28 plus $6.49 shipping. Shipping did cost a little bit more. It cost $7.96. I think it was because it was across the country and the sweatshirt weighed a little bit more than I had anticipated. Minus $4.58 in fees and I made $22.45 and I picked that up at the bins. So if you find this sweatshirt, pick it up because somebody wants it. It had like 8 or 9 likes on Mercari. It had, I think, 5 or 6 on Poshmark, and then somebody on eBay just ended up buying it outright. I was shocked. All right, so then the next day of sales we had is April 3rd on Poshmark. I sold this Ralph Lauren blue quilted vest. I believe I got this for free from somebody that I know. And it sold for $28. I believe I sent out an offer and a discount because I made $19.94 on it. This I have had for a while. I had another one in a black color and that one sold quicker than this blue one. So I don't know that I would recommend picking it up from a thrift store, but if you can find it at the bins, I would maybe pick it up. The next 2 sales I had were on eBay. One was this new with tags American Eagle gray jogger. These sold for $25 plus $7.99. The shipping only cost $5.27. I had an ad fee of 50 cents and then with fees of $4.39, I made $22.83. And I got these at the bins as well, so they didn't cost me very much at all. The next thing on eBay as well are these Bionic Ortho Heel yellow thong sandals. They sold for $38 plus $9.99 shipping, minus $6.33 in fees and 76 cents in ad fees, as well as $8 of shipping. I made $32.90. Bionic is very hit or miss for me. I have probably 3 or 4 other pairs in my closet. These sold very, very quickly. The other pairs not so much. So I haven't really cracked the code on Bionic yet, but these sold and I made a really good profit off of these. So on that same day, I had one sale on Mercari. It's these Levi's 550 relaxed tapered leg jeans. They sold for $23 and I made $19.73. I also haven't cracked the code on Levi's. I have no idea what people are doing to sell Levi's for like $75. I clearly am not finding those in my area. But these 550s sold for $23. So I guess I wasn't mad about that. I'm kind of experimenting with Levi's, especially if I see them at the bins, I'll pick them up, but I just cannot crack the code, guys. If you know some of the Levi's that do really, really well, go ahead and leave them down below. But I cannot seem to crack the code. All right, so that was all for April 3rd, and then I believe April 4th is the last day, and I think I only had sales on Poshmark this day. So I have these Cloth and Stone pull-on chambray shorts. These sold for $19, and I made $15.20. I have this Athleta Wander zip pants trekkie. They're called the trekkie pants, I believe. And they sold for $24, and I made $17.70. This next thing is a Lily Pulitzer Sofaletta shift mini dress. I believe it's in like a Palm Beach print, I think is what the print was called. I had this listed at $65. Somebody sent me an offer for $50 and I accepted, or I think she sent me an offer for like $40. And so it was closet clear out day. So I messaged her and I was like, hey, you know, it's closet clear out day. I can lower this price to $50 and you'll get $3.99 shipping. She accepted and I made $40. That I think I picked up at a thrift store. So I probably made like $32 off of that, which is not a bad return. I almost always pick up Lily Pulitzer when I see it, which isn't very often in my area. But obviously some pieces do better than others. The next thing is this Banana Republic zip up sweater. It sold for $22 and I made $15.14. I had this forever and I think I relisted it at least 6 times. So would not recommend. And it only sold for $22, which if you think about my cost of goods that I put into it is not very good. The next thing is this American Eagle distressed raw hem jean jacket. This sold very quickly. I picked it up at the bins. I don't know if you can see in the photos, but it had like patchwork almost done to it. It's like the holes got too big and the person that owned it before just did like the sew on patches. So I made very clear notes of that in my listing. It sold for $20 and I made $16, which you couldn't really tell if you were wearing it. It kind of looked like it was just that distressed look, but I wanted to make sure that people knew that, pretty sure that was not the original design of the jacket. So that actually was my last item. So for net sales this week across all platforms, I made $676. And then after $129.43 in fees and after platform fees and everything like that, I made $546.57. So not too bad. That's a pretty good week for me. Pretty average. Usually I'm between $500 and $600 on average. And yeah, I hope this helped you guys know what to pick up and maybe what not to pick up. Some of my older and lower price sales could be classified as bad buys. But if you like this kind of content, go ahead and stay tuned. I've got a lot more videos coming, a lot more content coming, and I'm hoping to turn this into a weekly video where I show you guys what sold. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye, guys.